Question 2. Solve the following equation over the interval from 0 to 2 pi. Tan theta minus 3 times tan theta plus 1 equals 0. So this is a straightforward solving a trigonometric equation. It is a quadratic equation, but they saved us the trouble of having to factor it. So we're going to solve each of our factors and go from there. So our first factor, when we solve it, it becomes tan theta equals 3. And our second factor is tan theta equals minus 1. So one of these problems can actually be solved without a calculator, and that's tan theta equals minus 1. You may recall, although it's not an accurate representation, the pi over 4 triangle has the following ratios. So our reference angle, I use alpha as my symbol for reference angle because we should find that first. So our reference angle, as you can see, we want a ratio of 1. So our reference angle is pi over 4. And now because we're in the interval from 0 to 2 pi, we want to figure out where tan is negative. So tan is negative, right? We want to do all students take calculus. So tan is negative in quadrant 2 and 4. So our first solution for tan is in quadrant 2. So the quadrant 2 solution is pi. We got to go back to quadrant 2, so it's pi minus pi over 4, which of course is 4 pi over 4. Subtract 1 pi over 4, which is 3 pi over 4. To get the quadrant 4 solution, it is 2 pi minus pi over 4. So that is 8 pi over 4. Subtract 1 pi over 4, which will give me 7 pi over 4. So now we're going to solve tan theta equals 3. This is a little different because we cannot use a special triangle for this one. So we will have to use our calculator. So we're going to do inverse tan in our calculator. So our reference angle is inverse tan of 3. So most calculators, this is second function tan. But we're going to assume you know how to use your calculator. Make sure that your calculator is in radians when you're doing this. So if you're doing it correctly, you go second function tan or inverse tan, and you get 1.249 045 04577. Now I don't round until the final end. Like I don't round down till 3 decimal places until the end. So we want to think about this. This is a positive ratio, so our reference angle is correct. It's a positive ratio, so we want to think about where tan is positive. And of course that's quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. And so therefore our quadrant 1 solution actually is our reference angle. I'll round this one to 3 decimal places, so 249. And my fourth and final solution is in quadrant 3, and it would be pi plus that big long decimal number up above, 1.249 04577. And save yourself the trouble of typing that out. Just add the value for pi that's stored in your calculator, and I get 4.391 if I round it. So I get 4.3906, but I'll round that to 4.391. So I believe we have all 4 solutions for this question.